there are no delis in Hanukkah.
Please, don't say that right now. I can't say why. It's a secret.
Oh, of course you can say why.
No, I can't. Okay. See you. I'm going to Africa.
I'll see you on the other side.
Hello.
Hello.
Pretty good. I'm actually hurting right now. Good? Wait a minute. Usually, Jeb. He's good. He should be here at some point.
Judy, do you want me to think a little? I'm sorry, what? Page 60.
Boi Amalka, Boi Kala, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShalom. Boi Amalka, Boi kala, shalom aleichem, malachi hashalom. Try that with us, page 60. Boi amalka, boi kala, shalom aleichem, malachi hashalom. Boi amalka, boi kala, shalom aleichem, malachi hashalom. Just like that, boi, boi amalka, boi kala, shalom aleichem, malachi hashalom. Boi amalka, boi kala, shalom aleichem, malachi hashalom. Hachama merosh, hayilanot nistalka, bo v'neitze likrat Shabbat hamalka. Hinehi yoredet akdosha berucha, ve'ima malachim tzva shalom umenucha. Boi amalka, boi kala, shalom aleichem, malachi hashalom. Boi amalka, boi kala, shalom aleichem, malachi hashalom. Shalom, malachi hashalom, malachi elyon, malachi hashalom. Boi amalka, boi amalka, boi kala, shalom aleichem, malachi hashalom, hashalom. Boi amalka, boi kala, shalom aleichem, malachi hashalom. Boi amalka, boi amalka, boi kala, shalom aleichem, malachi hashalom, hashalom. Boi amalka, boi kala, shalom aleichem, malachi hashalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Yasher Koach. Shakoach to everybody. I am so excited to welcome Rabbi Josh Warshavsky. I mean, I've seen him in concert, and I've spoken with him. I know lots of people who know him. We've sung his music here, and that Hachama we have done here for quite some time at Naranana. Even occasionally not at Naranana, but mostly at Naranana we do it. We were talking with Ross Kramer last night, who said he does his own cover of the Josh Warshavsky Achama. And we love that. We love that tune, and I am so excited to be able not only to welcome you and to hear more of your music, but to be able to sing with you. That's really wonderful and exciting for me. And I am, in addition to everything else, so excited about this whole weekend because I think it's so wonderful for us as a community and every community out there to be able to take in and hear music that is being written now and to be able to incorporate and learn and sing that music. It's just adds more and more and more to the repertoire, to everything that we can do for all the tefillah. And there is so much to say about music and tefillah and the importance of music as a means of expressing the beautiful text. And I'm sure Josh will talk about that this weekend. I have on my wall from my daughter a Hanukkah present. By the way, I don't know if I didn't show you. It's a whole thing like this with quote after quote after quote from Rabbi Jonathan Sachs about the connection of music and tefillah. So it's really beautiful. So I'm so glad you're all here. I welcome you. And for more, you can come back tomorrow night to the concert at 8 o'clock. And now we're going to continue with Yedid Nefesh. So we were on page 60, but we're going to turn back to page 10, I believe it is. And we did this Yedid Nefesh a couple weeks, whenever Naranana was. Was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago? I don't even remember. It was 2 weeks ago? Sue remembers. Okay, thank you. Okay, it's a great Yedid Nefesh.
Thank you so much, Cantor. And Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's really wonderful to be here with all of you. We started last night. We gathered together with a few people to just begin to enter into some of these melodies, to just take a little time to sing together. And we talked a little bit about how, anything that we care about in life, we prepare for. Right? If you had a presentation at work, you'd prepare for it. If you had a test at school, you'd prepare for it. If you were in a play, you would show up at the tech rehearsals. You wouldn't just show up at the show. If you were on a sports team, you'd show up for practice. You wouldn't just show up at halftime. And so anything that we care about, we should think about how we're going to prepare for it before we get there. And that's why I like to gather on a Thursday night whenever I come in for the weekend to just sit with some people and immerse ourselves in some of the melodies we're about to sing and think about how we can incorporate and prepare for Shabbat before we get there. Shabbat's going to come every week, right? Every 7 days we get another Shabbat, but every 7 days we approach it in a different way. We are not the same person. I'm not the same person I was 6.5 days ago that I am right now. There's all this new experiences. There's all these things that we've done. And sometimes, we just arrive at the synagogue on a Friday night and we haven't given ourselves the space to say, what do I need from Shabbat this week? We've been running all over the place. There was a lot of traffic on the 405 or the 101 and, you're a little antsy holding onto the steering wheel, right? Or the challahs are still in the oven, or, you get here and you just walk in, and the first words that we say are these words, Yedid Nefesh Avarachaman, O lover of my soul, merciful one, guide me towards your needs, help me figure out, I'm going to run like a deer, my heart is lovesick for you. And this beautiful, beautiful love poetry that, it's hard to say with the kind of feeling that it deserves when you've walked in from wherever you've been before. So our question tonight, as we're moving our way through Kabbalat Shabbat, this service that's a preparation for Shabbat itself, is what do we need Shabbat to be for us this week? Let me say it in the individual. What do I need Shabbat to be for me this week? What do you need? Do you need Shabbat to be rest? Do you need it to be energy? Is it a moment of quiet? Is it a moment of joyful noise? Is it a moment of good news? Is it a moment of just sitting with people that you love? This week we read Parashat Ki Tisa. And I like to think about how the words of the story of our people can influence the words that we say on a daily basis. These words of Kabbalat Shabbat are the same every week. But every week we've progressed in the story of our people. And here we are. A lot of stuff happens in Ki Tisa. Some good stuff, right? So beautiful art, some chachmat lev, this beautiful, amazing artisans who are creating things for the Mishkan, and some pretty terrible things like the golden calf and the destruction that ensues after that. But in the very beginning, there's a census, and we count every single person. And the way that we count them is they're supposed to bring machatzit hashekel. Every single person brings just a little bit of kesef, just a little bit to be counted. Every single person, the exact same amount. And the rabbis look at that machatzit hashekel and they notice something very beautiful, in my opinion. I love gematria, which is Hebrew numerology, the way that numbers are connected to each other and words are connected by way of that. The word shekel, right, that word for the coin, has the same numerical equivalent as nefesh, soul. Right, they're both 430. You can count on your own time. But I checked, so it's right. Shekel is nefesh. Each one of us bringing our own little piece of our shekel. Machatzit hashekel b'shekel hakodesh. We're each bringing our own little nefesh to be a part of the nefesh hakodesh, the holy soul. So what does that mean? Right, each one of us has this sort of spark of the divine. Every single one of us made b'tselem Elohim, in God's image. And what it means to come together on Shabbat is we're trying to find a way to allow our soul to shine, allow our soul to reinvigorate, to be able to walk in the world and do the things that we need to do in the world. And doing work in the world is tiring, right? It's pretty hard to be a human being, especially these days. It's hard to be a Jew. Judaism requires something of us. It asks something of us. And to do this work in the world takes a lot of energy and a lot of effort. So every 7 days we get the opportunity to have Shabbat, to re-soul ourselves, to give ourselves sort of this recharge, to plug back into the holy soul, and then take our little spark back. So we're going to make our way through the Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat, one for each day of the week. There's 6 Psalms in Kabbalat Shabbat leading up to Lecha Dodi. And as we take each step forward, just think to yourselves, what do I need to take this step into Shabbat, right? What do I need from what happened on Sunday? How can I just let that go? The next Psalm, what happened on Monday? How can I just let that go? Right? Every single Psalm, take one step forward into Shabbat. So by the time we get to Lecha Dodi, we feel like we're actually ready to enter Lecha Dodi the way we want to enter, on our own terms. So we're going to start with the nigun, this sort of wordless melody, and just be present. Listen. Whenever you feel ready, enter into the melody. There might be some melodies that we sing today that are unfamiliar, and I encourage you to sort of lean into that discomfort. Just listen for a moment, and then whenever you feel ready, just jump into the nigun, jump into the melody. Whatever notes you sing are the right notes. Whatever words you sing are the right words. This is a safe space. And hopefully there'll also be moments that feel very grounded, moments that feel very familiar. So we're going to try and have a balance of both. But for now, we'll enter into these words, try and find a way to re-soul, to recharge our souls this Shabbat with Yedid Nefesh. Ay 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 Yedid Nefesh of Harachaman Neshoch Avdach El Ritzonach O Yarutz Avdach Kemo Ayal Yishtachave El Mul Hadarach Oh yeah, Rablo Yedidutach Minofetzu Vechotam Ay 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 Hadur na'eh ziv ha'olam nafshi cholat ahavatach o ana elna refana la beharot la noam ziva Oh, az titchazek v'titrapeh v'haitzalach shivchat olam Ay 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 Vatik yemu rachamecha v'chusna al beno hava o ki zekama nichsaf lirot betiferet uzah תימנע ואל תתעלם. איי 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 סוכת שלומך, אותה עיר ארץ, מכבודך נגילה, ונשמחה בך, ונשמחה בך. מהר אהוב, כי במועד בכונני, כי מעולם. Turn together to page 11. As we jump into L'chu Nirana now, we move from that space of re-souling into coming together. You'll see the words of Kabbalat Shabbat are all written in the plural. L'chu, let's go together. Let's do this thing together. So the word we're going to focus on is nariya. It's the first word on the second line. Nariya means let's rejoice, let's celebrate. Sometimes we have to find a way to change our space, change what it is that we're feeling, to move into a space that we want to move into, especially for Shabbat. So we're going to try and find a way to have a little radical joy, because joy is radical these days. So we're going to take a moment to just shout out. Whenever you hear that word Nariya, you're going to shout it out. It goes like this. Nariya, Nariya. That was good. Let's try it again. Nariya, Nariya. It's a really fast call and response. So it goes, Nariya, Nariya. Yes, so whenever you hear that word, you're going to shout it out. Nariya. Let's rejoice. Let's celebrate. Let's move into Shabbat the way that we want to encounter Shabbat. L'chu niranena l'Adonai. L'chu niranena l'Adonai. Nariya, Nariya, litzor yishenu nekadma fanav betoda. Nariya, Nariya, litzor yishenu nekadma fanav betoda. Bizmirod nariya lo. L'chu niranena l'Adonai. L'chu niranena l'Adonai. Nariya, Nariya, litzor yishenu nekadma fanav betoda. Nariya, litzor yishenu nekadma fanav betoda. Bizmirod nariya lo. L'chu niranena l'Adonai. L'chu niranena l'Adonai. Nariya, litzor yishenu nekadma v'na v'toda Nariya Letzor Yishenu nekadma v'na v'toda Bizmirot Nariya Lo Bizmirot Nariya Lo Bizmirot Nariya Lo Shiru Ladonai Shir, page 13. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz
13.
Shiru Ladonai Baruch Hu Shemo Basru Miyom LeYom Yeshuato Sapru Vagoyim Kevodo Bechol Ha'amim Nifrotav Ki Gadol Adonai U'me'olam ne'od Norahu HaKol Elohim Ay, 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 Ki Kol Elohim Hamim Elilim V'Adonai Shamayim Asar Hod Behadar Lefanav Oz V'Tiferet B'Mikdasho Havul Adonai Mishpechot Amim Havul Adonai Kavod Va'oz Havul Adonai Kevod Shemo Seu Mincha Uvolechatzrotav Ay, 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 Ishtachavu Ladonai V'Yadrat Kodesh Chilo Mipanav Kol Haaretz Imro Vagoyim Adonai Malach Avtikon Tevel Baal Timon Yadinamim B'Mesharim Yismechu Hashamayim V'Tagel Haaretz Yiramaya U'Melom Yalo Sadai V'Chol Asher Bo Ay, ay, ay Aziraninu Kol Hatzeyar Lifnei Adonai Kiva Kiva Lishbot Haaretz Yishbot Tevel V'Tzedek Ve'amim Be'emunato Anay, nay, 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 anay, 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 nay, ay, nay, anay, nay, ay, nay, nay, ay, ay, nay. Adonai Malach Tagel Haaretz Yizulim Rabbi and Rav Hum biddy bum 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 biddy namana 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 bum biddy 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 namana biddy bum namana biddy bum namana 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 biddy bum namana biddy bum namana biddy bum namana 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 biddy bum namana biddy bum namana 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 biddy bum namana biddy bum namana 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 Orzaru ala tzadik ul yishrei lev simcha Orzaru ala tzadik ul yishrei lev simcha namana biddy bum namana biddy bum namana 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 biddy bum namana biddy bum namana 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 biddy bum 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 Let's turn together to page 18. We used our voices, and then we also add in musical instruments, b'chatzotzrot of a kol shofar, with trumpets, with shofars, hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai, like that word naria, we exalt, we shout out, we celebrate. So this time we're going to try and ground the melody with our own voices all together. It goes like this. Zamruya, 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 Zamruya. Try that. Zamruya, 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 Zamru. Keep that going. Zamruya, 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 Zamruya. So that's going to go under the verse. You're going to follow the cantor for that part. Let's see if we can hold on to that together. Zamru. Zamruya, 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 Zamruya again. Zamruya, 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 וחצוצרות וקול שופר הריעו לפני המלך אדוני וחצוצרות וקול שופר הריעו לפני המלך אדוני זמרויה 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 זמרויה. I'll ask you to rise if you're able on page 21. We're going to sing out Mizmor LeDavid. These words, if you look at them, are words all about all these different creatures in nature, everything celebrating. These words say Kol Adonai, the voice of Adonai. The word Kol you can find 7 times, right? Where can you find the voice of holiness in all these different places? Every single day of the week. A space for holiness, a space for celebration. Kol Adonai, can we hear the voice of divinity when we sing together? Page 21. Mizmor LeDavid Havul Adonai b'nelim Havul Adonai Kavod va'oz Ay 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 Havul Adonai Kevod Shemo Yishach Havul Adonai Ve'ad Kodesh Kol Adonai Al Hamayim El HaKavod Yirim Kol Adonai Hamayim Rabim Kol Adonai Ba'kol Ay 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 Kol Adonai Be'adar Kol Adonai Shover Arazim Vayeshaber Adonai Et Arzei Alvanon Vayarkidem Kemo Lebanon Vesirion Kemo Kevo Ben Reimim Ay 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 Kol Adonai Chod Selabotesh Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh Kol Adonai Chol Elayalon Vayecheso Ye'arod U'echalon Kulo Merkamo Ay 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 Adonai Lama Boyasha Vayeshev Adonai Melech Leolam Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitzeh Adonai Yevarech Et Amo V'Shalom Ay 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 Adonai ay 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 Shabbat Shalom. So we've arrived at the moment, 6 psalms in, 1 psalm for each day of the week. Here we are, about to welcome in Shabbat. So I ask you again the question, what is it that you need from Shabbat this week? What do you need to be able to be in this space? Give yourselves just one more moment before we enter into these words, before we enter into this melody, to think about how can you enter in the way that you want to experience Shabbat. Before we can welcome in Shabbat, it's nice to get to welcome each other too. So just turn around and say hello to some of the people next to you. Introduce yourself if you don't know each other. When we hear the melody again, we're going to come back together with Lecha Dodi, page 23. Diddy dum diddy lecha dodi, diddy dum diddy likrat kala, diddy dum diddy penne Shabbat nekabela. Diddy dum diddy lecha dodi, diddy dum diddy likrat kala, diddy dum diddy penne Shabbat nekabela. Hey lecha lecha dodi, lecha dodi likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur Yishmianu ela meyuchad Adonai echad hu shemo v'shevo letiferet v'letila. Lecha dodi Lecha dodi likra kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha ki mekor aberacha. Merosh miketenes uchazos Shabbat chila. Lecha dodi Lecha dodi likra kala. Penei Shabbat Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech ir melucha kumitzei mitoch hapecha. Ra'am shevet be'emek habacha vehu yachamol alayich chigla. Lecha dodi Lecha dodi likra kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Shir na'arim me'afarku Livshibig day tifar techamim. Al yad ben yishai beit halach mikorba el nashi'ala. Lecha dodi Lecha dodi likra kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri Shiva orech umeori Shir daberi kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi Lecha dodi likra kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lo tivoshi velo tikami ma tishtochachi umatemi. Ba'ach yechesu aniyei ami kala penei Shabbat penei Shabbat nekabela hum diddy dum diddy dum diddy die die hum diddy dum diddy dum diddy die die ay 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 hum diddy dum diddy dum diddy die die hum diddy dum diddy dum diddy die die ay 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 Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nikabela Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nikabela והיו למשיסה שוצאייך ורחקו כל מבלייך יסיס עלייך אלוהייך כמסוס חתן על כלה לך דודי לקראת כלה Shabbat Kabbalat Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Kabbalat Yaminu Small Tifrotzim V'et Adonai Taritzim Al Yadish Ben Partsi Venismecha Venagila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Boi b'shalom ateret bala Gam besimcha u'betzahala Toch emunei am segula Boi chala Boi chala Lecha dodi Likrat kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha dodi Likrat kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha dodi Lecha dodi Likrat kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Nekabela Lecha dodi Likrat kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Page 27. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat Tov Liadot Ladonai Magalu Masacha Adonai
We're on 27 and then on 28.
Tzadikatamar שתולי בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו. עוד ינובון דסבה דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי אשר אדוני צורי ולא עוולה תבוא. We'll turn to page 29. This is the last psalm of Kabbalat Shabbat. It's the last moment before we enter into the Mariv service, the first official service of Shabbat. And this is there's a lot of water metaphors in this one. Nasu neharot Adonai, nasu neharot kolam. Above all the crashing waters, the loudest waterfalls you could possibly imagine, even louder than that, is the voice of Adonai, if you can hear it. The kol dmama daka, that still small voice. If you can find a way to hear it amidst all the noise. There's a lot of noise in our world right now. Just a lot of like social media and news and events and just so much noise and so much static. It's hard to figure out the path, or what to hear, what to listen to, where to find truth. And if we could just find a way to sort of like tune the does anyone have one of those dials in their car anymore for the radio where you can just sort of tune it, right? If you can just sort of narrow the band and get to the right frequency and just find away from the static. If you can just tune the dial to the right frequency, you can find a way to just get stillness, to just get calm, just for one moment. That's what Shabbat is. It's sort of this calm amongst the storm. So we're going to sing out these words, and we're going to jump on a fast-paced ship, right? We're sort of navigating the waters, the crashing waves and the loudest waves. And if we can find a way amidst all that noise to hear each other, to see each other, to find stillness, to find holiness, we can allow ourselves to step into Shabbat. So we're going to start with the Nigun. Hopefully you'll catch on as we make our way through, and you'll jump aboard the ship with us and just find a way amidst all these crashing waters, mikolot mayim rabim, louder than all of these loud, thunderous waterfalls, is the voice of holiness, if we can find a way to hear it. Ay, 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 nay, 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 ay, nay, 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 ay, nay, nay, nay. Ay, 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 nay, 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 ah, da, 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 ay, da, da, da. Ay, 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 nay, 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 ah, da, nay, na, nay, ay, nay, nay, nay. Ay, 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 nay, 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 ah, da, nay, na, nay, ay, nay, nay, nay. Ya, na, nay, ya, na, nay. Adonai, nasu neharot kolam, nasu neharot Adonai, yisu neharot dokyam, mikolot mayim rabim, adirim mishbereyam, mikolot mayim rabim, adir bamarom Adonai. Ananai, Ananai, ay, ay, Ananai, 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 ay, 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 ay. HaKodesh, Adonai le'orech yamim. Yananai, Yananai, ay, ay, Yananai, 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 ay, ay, nai, nai, ay, Yananai, Yananai, ay, ay, Yananai, 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 ay, ay, nai, nai.
Shabbat Shalom. Please rise for the blessing over the candles. Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. I was so transported by Kabbalat Shabbat that I just forgot what I was doing. Please rise for the blessing over the candles, but also I would like to invite Francie Kaplan and Lois Kaplan to come and help us for the blessing of candles.
If Brody wants to come, he can come too.
You never give it to me, and I totally just forgot. I'm going to walk in and hold the mic.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
There is a very exciting simcha happening right now. There's another very exciting simcha happening next Shabbat, and that is that Brody Kaplan is going to be called to the Torah to become bar mitzvah. So I'd like to invite the kahal to please be seated, but I'd like to invite Francie and Lee Kaplan to come forward, and Brody, you two, for the presentation of your talit in anticipation of next weekend.
Brody, the talit, which you are about to wear once the cantor finishes untangling it from the zipper of the bag, is more than just a prayer shawl. When you wrap the talit around your shoulders, it will remind you that you are part of the Jewish people. You are now old enough to make moral choices. The talit also reminds both you and us that you are becoming self-reliant. When you were little, we were responsible for your protection. We watched over you to be sure your body, mind, and spirit found a safe place to grow. But now, we get to look at you with a new eye. You are ready to depend upon yourself. You have the rights as well as the obligation to struggle, even fail, with your new freedom. We know that right now you enjoy relying on us, but we've seen evidence in the last year that you are maturing and have good judgment, and we see your confidence growing in your ability to be a mature member of our family and this community. Now this talit will be a reminder to all of us of your new status. This talit is particularly meaningful because it was gifted to you from our dear and amazing Uncle Bob 2.5 years ago, just months before he died. He knew he would not be around for your bar mitzvah, and yet he found his own unique way to be included in this important simcha. Uncle Bob and Aunt Sharon wanted you to have this talit to wrap yourself in our family's shared Jewish traditions. They intended to make sure you would love it too. And so as you can see, it's your favorite color. Everybody knows Brody's favorite color is red. Our entire family will be so proud, you get to take it, to witness you next weekend wearing this at your bar mitzvah. Wear it often and in good health. Mazel tov. There you go. You get to sit down.
All right, everybody, Shabbat Shalom again. Before we enter into the Margav service, just one last quick word of Torah. You might not know it, but there's actually a typo in your Sidurim. It's either that or there's a typo in the Torah, and I'm pretty sure there's not a typo in the Torah, so it must be a typo in the Sidur. If you look at the page that has Vishamru on it, can anybody find the page? I found the page 46. Vishamru, it says, V'shamu b'nei Yisrael da Shabbat, lasod da Shabbat l'doratam brit olam, b'inu v'em b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam. We read these words in this week's Parsha, Parshat Kitisa, and it turns out that in the Torah, right here in the Siddur, olam is spelled the same way, ayin vav lamed mem. But in the Torah, the first time you see it, it has a vav, and the second time, one verse later, there's no vav. It's missing a letter. The Torah is never missing a letter, right? It seems like our Siddur, they corrected for the error, but there's no errors in the Torah, right? Every letter that's in there has to have a reason. Every letter that's missing also has to have a reason. So the Vilna Gaon looks at this word and he says, what can we learn from this? And he brings us to a really beautiful, a really interesting argument in the Talmud from Masechet Shabbat. The rabbis are arguing about what happens if you're lost in the desert and you're wandering all over the place and you forget when Shabbat is. What should you do? Should you either count 6 days and then celebrate Shabbat, or as soon as you remember that you don't remember when Shabbat is, should you celebrate Shabbat and then count another 6 days and start again? What do you think? Give yourselves 20 seconds to think which reasoning you like better. Celebrate first? Okay. All right. Raise your hands if you think you celebrate first and then you count another 6 days. Okay, nice. Raise your hand if you think you count 6 days and then you celebrate. Okay. Some people are still thinking. That's good too. So the rabbis give a reasoning for each. If you count 6 days and then you celebrate, you're going like the creation of the world, right? You're acting like God did. God created the world for 6 days and then stopped and paused and celebrated Shabbat. And if you're going the other way, you're behaving like the first human beings. Why is that? Because they were created on the 6th day. So they only had one. The next day was Shabbat. So they were human beings were created. The next day they celebrate Shabbat. It turns out the rabbis follow Rav Huna, who was the one who said 6 days we should wait and then we should celebrate Shabbat. The reason being comes from these words, Ot hi le'olam, right? It should be a sign for us for all times, but Ot also means a letter, right? The letter Vav is missing. That letter Vav should guide us by the way and tell us that we should wait these 6 days. We should act like God. We should wait 6 days and then celebrate Shabbat. The reason being is when we're lost in the desert, first of all, the fact that they're not wondering when they're going to get food or what they're going to do, the thing is they're thinking about is that they've forgotten Shabbat, right? That's a beautiful thing already. But they say, when you've forgotten where you are, when you're totally lost, what you need to do is you have to give yourself the opportunity to start anew. You can't just jump right into Shabbat, right? Just like we said in the beginning, we have to allow ourselves time to prepare. So we give ourselves 6 days, we let ourselves prepare, we let ourselves try to walk in the world again, to be partners with God in creating new and walking new and finding new pathways. And finally, when we're ready, we allow ourselves the opportunity to walk into Shabbat. Oti le'olam. Shabbat is a sign for each one of us to celebrate, to pause, to start again. So we're going to enter into Shabbat right now with the words of Baruch Hu. When we get to Vishamru, hopefully we'll sing a very familiar melody, one that I learned when I was at summer camp at Camp Irvine, Wisconsin, and many of you probably learned right here in this sanctuary. But we're going to start again and begin Shabbat, see if we can make it an opportunity to celebrate, an opportunity to rejoice, to recharge, to start the week anew. We'll begin with Baruch Hu, page
39A.
Please rise. Baruch Hu et Adonai Amevorach. Baruch Adonai Amvorach Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Melech Haolam Umavir Yom Umevi Laila Mavdil Ben Yom Uvein Laila Adonai Tzevot Shemo El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Hamari Varavim Avat Olam B'Yisrael Chatashem
Page 40.
Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu v'hem nege yomam v'layla ve'avatcha tasir mimenu le'olamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. V'yavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך והיה.
Continue with the second and third paragraphs of the Shema on page 42. I am Shema Tishma.
ויאמר אדוני משה לאמור דבר בני ישראל man תזכרו ותודה ותקדשו לכם אני הולך לשרת אתכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת אמת ואמונה כזאת אלוהינו ויוצאתם וישבתכם לחיות העולם.
Top of 44.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לך ענו שירה בשמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות אוסף אלה מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה אלי ענו ואמרו זה אלי ענו ואמרו אדוני אלוהים לעולם ועד ינאי נאי נאי ונאמר כי פרנה את יעקב וגאלו מאוד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל השכיב בנו לשלום ובצוק נבחת הסירנו ושמור צאתנו ואינו לחיים השלום אתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו וכל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Page 46, please rise.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם אותי לעולם אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש שבת ויהי נפש שבת ויהי נפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה בעלמא דברך ירותי וימליך מלכותי וחייכון ויומכון וחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן הקריב ויאמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודש הבריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן ועלמה ואמרו אמן הנאי נאי נאי 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 הנאי נאי נאי.
Silent Amidah 47 through 52.
יתגלה ויגלה שמי רבה, בעלמא דברי חרטי, והמליך מלכותי בחייכון, ומוכן וחלק כל בישראל, בעגלה בזמן קריב ואמרו, אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם לעולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח, ויברא וזרע ונשא, וידבר ותעלה ותעלה שמי לקודשה, ברכו לילה מרגבותה בשירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא ואמרו, אמן תתקבל צות ונתון תוכו ישראל, קדם אבון ושמי ואמרו, אמן יהי שלום שמיה וחם עלינו ועל כל ישראל אמרו, אמן עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו, amen.
Why don't you take a little rest for a moment? Because I'm going to call up Brody. Bring your notebook. I have a little bag for you. So before you lead us in the Kiddush, I'm going to tell you what's in this bag, all right? So we are very excited to celebrate your bar mitzvah next week. And for various reasons, the family decided to come tonight to do the, have his participation tonight, which I was very glad about. So you got a chance to hear Josh Warshawski here. So you're going to make Kiddush, and in this box is the tray of the Kiddush cup that you're going to be using. Your Kiddush cup is over there. You'll get it in a moment. So don't forget to put it in the box and take it home. This is the tray for the Kiddush cup given to you by the Men of Adat and the Sisterhood, okay? In here you have several certificates, including your certificate of bar mitzvah. You have a certificate that the JNF, Jewish National Fund, has planted trees in your honor, and a gift certificate from the synagogue for a Jewish summer camp situation. So this is all for you. This is the B'Kol Echad songbook and bencher, Birkat HaMazon, what we say after we eat, as well as tonight's Kiddush, various songs that we sing on Shabbat, they are in here. And by the way, our youth group uses it, so you should always participate with them. You have a lovely kippah. It's not red, but you might use it. Well, there is red in it. That's true. There is red in there. And there is, oh, wait a minute. In this book, there is a bookmark, which is nice, but it also, okay, there is some red there too, that's true. It's from the LA Jewish Teen Initiative, and this bookmark, you may not believe, is worth $100. Don't lose your bookmark for participation in one of their programs, so check it out. And finally, this book, Israel Matters. This is a book that the Federation has been giving to B'nai Mitzvah all around the city for a while. And it's a really important book to talk about the modern history of Israel, certainly, perhaps some of the older history of Israel, but also many of the other things that that go on in Israel of every nature, including everything from tech to all sorts of things that Israel has invented, and things about the current situation in Israel. Maybe not current, but of late. So I give all of these to you. I will put them back in the bag for you. You are now going to graciously lead us in the Kiddush. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And, oh, you're welcome. And we're going to get you a Kiddush cup, your Kiddush cup, any moment. Can I ask everyone to please rise for the Kiddush, which is on page 55?
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinhilanu, zekaron lemaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehila Lemikra Kodesh, Zecher Litziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu Vaharta, Veotanu Kidashta, Mikol Hamim, Veshabat Kodesh. Be'ahava uvratzon hinhaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen. You may drink it up. Actually, you should really drink the whole thing because you have to take it home. So, there. Okay, you can take it down along with this and your notebook. Can you carry it? Well,
Yeah, I can hear it.
you can carry that with your broken wrist. Okay, let me take this for you. Aleinu is on page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם. אנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש
ברוך
הוא שעונות השמיים ויוסד הארץ. לתקן לחוש עדיי. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמות
May the souls of our departed find peace in your sheltering care, and may we all be blessed with peace, tranquility, and the fullness of life. This Shabbat, as a congregation, we mourn the passing of Martha Fink, the mother of Sheila Spiro, and Shirley Weiss, the mother of Mitch Weiss. And we are in the time of Shloshim for Eileen Maisel. This coming week, we observe the following yahrzeits: David Alpert, David Cohen, Samuel Eider, Jack Frocht, Leona Goldring, Harry Schwartz, Helen Williams, Marjorie Armstrong, Frank Diamond, Edith Dibner, Larry Florman, Bessie Leventhal, Peter Levine, Ben Raber, Herman Rubens, Ella Silver, Lisa Naomi Vaz, Albert Abrams, Deborah Friedman, Shia Linaski, Julio Lieberman, Dorothy Nathanson, Sydney Schlesinger, Sophie Schwartz, Evelyn Cohen, Isaac Davidovitz, Dr. Charles Goldblatt, Goodman Lafer, David Rosenthal, Willie Switkiss, Morris Barak, David Dubinsky, Carla Goldman, William Katz, Irv Crane, Sharon Lane, Jay Nelson, Arthur Reinhertz, Goldie Saltzman, Abby Spaccia, Al Abelson, Norma Puzis, Shoshana Sherman, Ira Jonathan Simon, Gail Terry Stuhlberg, Susanna Weir, Yaakov Ben-Ami, Peter L. Epstein, Miriam Fingeret, Beatrice Betty Gletner, Bruce Mallon, Anna Odenheimer, Bertha Solberg, Murray Schroen, and Edith Shepard. Remembering them and all who are in our hearts, I'd like to invite those who are in mourning, or shloshim, or observing a yahrzeit in the coming week to please rise. The Kaddish Yatom is on page 58. Yitz Gadal ve'yitz Kadash Shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divra kirutei ve'amlich malchutei, v'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudashah b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, amen. May their memories continue to be for a blessing.
Amen. We are going in a moment to close with Hatikva. Hatikva is on page 448. Before that, I just want to thank you, Rabbi Josh Warshavsky, for leading us in our service in our tefillah this evening and inspiring us. Josh will be back here tomorrow morning. He will be doing some things in Shachrit and the Torah service, and he'll be leading Musaf, and he's going to go into Tat Shabbat and sing with them. And then tomorrow night at 8 p.m., preceded by a wine reception at 7:15, is a concert with Josh and the Chavirai Nevarech band. So 4 more people will be joining him here on stage. If you have not yet purchased your tickets, you may do so at the door. Nishtav Shabbos Goret, I'm not talking money, but cash or check only, please. Thank you very much. And I hope to see you all at the concert.